and gentlemen, may I present the Edison Community College Class of 2015. Please be seated.
Good evening. I'm Darryl Mahaffey, Chairman of the Board. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, we welcome our class of 2015 and guests to Edison State Community College's 40th commencement. Welcome to those of you who have come to share in this special evening with our graduates. In the audience this evening, there are parents, grandparents, children, siblings, friends, and family members who, in some way, have served as a support system for these students in their journey toward earning a college degree. I am certain I speak for these graduates by saying to you, thank you. To our faculty and staff, we thank you for your tireless efforts and endless dedication as we join together in saluting the many accomplishments of our graduates. This evening, we join with all of you in celebrating our graduates' accomplishments and the class of 2015. We congratulate each of you in achieving a dream that today will come true. We are very proud that you have chosen Edison State Community College for your higher education experience. Godspeed.
Good evening. What a glorious evening. Abigail Adams once said, "Education is not attained by chance. It must be sought to with ardor and attended to with diligence." The class of 2015 has done just that. We commend and recognize you with your highest distinction for completing the requirements set forth for college graduation. Graduates, your journey here is completed, and another now awaits you, as fresh and alive as each new day. Your dream of achieving a college education has been realized through your dedication, your commitment, and your hard work that has brought you to this place today. Not in the physical sense, but this place within you that is a pivotal point in your life. It is the dawn of a bright new beginning for more than 427 graduates receiving diplomas this academic year. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Doreen Larson, who will become the official 5th president of the college on July 1st, 2015. An Ohio native, she comes to us from the presidency of Pierpont Community and Technical College in Fairmont, West Virginia. Welcome, Dr. Larson. Edison Community College also celebrates our 42 years of providing excellence in education. We continue to make progress for the future of our communities and for our students. And we remain steadfast in our mission to provide learning opportunities, support services, and commitment that enable students to complete their education goals and realize their dreams. This evening, the Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by members of the Barbershop Quartet, Convergence. Please rise and join me in our national anthem as we welcome Dale McKinney, Gary Roth, Nathan Walters, and Bob Moore.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Would you please remain standing as we invite Professor Steve Sykes from our faculty to come forward for a meditation in honor of our class of 2015.
Shall we pray? Dear Father, we rejoice today over the wonderful accomplishments of discipline, determination, and self-sacrifice that have led to this day of commencement for these special graduates near and dear to us. It has been a great gift that they were able to learn from experts and teachers in their chosen field, and that they are now prepared to give of themselves in service in the realms of business, the arts, medicine, education, government, social action, and engineering, or that they continue their studies seeking additional training. May the skills they have developed, managing their time, setting priorities, and keeping focus be the foundation on which they build successful careers, continued education, and lives. Together we pray for tomorrow. This graduation opens another door to another time. As you have led in the past, we ask that you lead now in the future. Give them focus and clarity and a calling to understand their purpose and the courage to respond and step toward that purpose. We all come from different places. We hold different values and cherish different beliefs, yet today we are united in gratitude. In a world where many cannot study, we are thankful for the achievements, degrees, and honors that we celebrate today. In a world where many have no future, we are thankful for the dreams and hopes and plans that have been nourished here in this community. In a world where many have no community, we are thankful for support of mentors, teachers, family, and friends. And as we continue to reach for our goals, our different paths to different experiences and different destinies, may our gratitude unite us using all that we are and all that we have for the common good, so that reasons to be thankful may fill every life. Graduates, this evening, may you be pleased with what is done here to celebrate for you and your success. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your precious gifts of knowledge and discovery. And it is in the name above all others that we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Edison State Community College, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the college's 40th commencement and to introduce you to this special class of 2015. There are 427 graduates in the class. A little over 200 are marching with us this evening. The youngest graduate is 17, the oldest is 63. 35 of our graduates have previous degrees from Edison. 6 of our graduates hold bachelor's degrees and have returned. 165 graduates, or 39% of this class, transferred to Edison from 211 other schools, bringing in a total of 6,624 credits, an average of 40 credits per student in 40% of this class, brought in that much transfer. 58% started with developmental education courses. This class represents 3 different Ohio counties and 3 different states. 13 different counties and 3 different states. 19% are outside of our service district of Miami, Darke, and Shelby counties. Our students generally receive more than 1 credential on their graduation day. There are 20 of these graduates that will receive multiple degrees and credentials. In fact, 7 degrees and certificates will be awarded to 2 of our graduates. 1 graduate will have 6 credentials, 1 graduate with 5 credentials, 2 graduates with 4 credentials, 8 graduates with 3 credentials, and 4 graduates that are receiving at least 2 credentials. 28 graduates have a GPA of 4.0. 42 graduates received a 3.75. 62 have a 3.5 GPA. 54 are members of Phi Theta Kappa, the honors fraternity. There are 2 high school juniors in this class, Alyssa Roberts from Bradford and Gabriana Mesher from Versailles, that will graduate from Edison and return to their senior year in high school. They can then begin working on their junior level courses in high school. There are 13 veterans in this class. 63% are first-generation college students. 63% are first generation. That means that they come from families where neither parent has a bachelor's degree. There are 31 students in this class that will graduate concurrently with their high schools. They've accelerated their college education and lowered their college tuition for 2 years. 24 of our graduates are employed at our work-study program here at the college. 70% of our graduates receive some form of financial aid. 41 graduates receive scholarships. And it took our graduating class 4.0 years at Edison to complete their respective degrees and certificates. And one student took 36 years to complete their degree. "21% of this class has earned their associate degree in less than 2 years. Congratulations. To all of our 427 graduates, I extend to you our sincere congratulations on your achievements and our very best wishes for a challenging and successful future. 2 generations of Edison Community College alumni are leading successful lives and careers in all areas of the world. Today, the torch passes to you. To use your knowledge and talents, fine-tuned and sharpened by your experiences at Edison Community College, to not only be the very best person you can be, but to make the world a little better place for all of us. In doing so, you will honor and enhance the reputation of Edison Community College as you represent us in the community and beyond. We trust you with this charge. We support and encourage you in the challenge. Would the platform guests please rise? I'd like to introduce them to you. On my immediate left is Dr. Patty Ross, Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Leslie Perkins, our commencement speaker. Mr. Daryl Mahaffey, Edison Community College Board of Trustees from Darke County, our chairperson. Mr. Tom Milligan, the Vice Chair of Edison Community College Board of Trustees from Shelby County. Mr. Tony Wendelin, member of the Edison Community College Board of Trustees, Miami County. Mr. Scott Burnham, Vice President of Student Affairs. Ms. Chelsea Thompson, Student Graduation Speaker. And Dr. Kenneth Yoel, President Emeritus of Edison Community College. He led the presidency from 1988 to 2011. The first row may be seated. Our second row, Ms. Linda Peltier, Vice President of Strategic Human Resources. Ms. Kim Horton, Vice President of Institutional Advancement and Executive Director of a foundation. Ms. Marvella Fletcher, member of the Edison Community College Board of Trustees from Darke County. Dr. Philip Dubbs, member, Edison Community College Board of Trustees, Darke County. Mrs. Tamara Baird Ganley, member, Edison Community College Board of Trustees, Miami County. Mr. Mark Hambler, member, Edison Community College Board of Trustees, Miami County. Mr. Gary Heitmeyer, member, Edison Community College Board of Trustees, Shelby County. Mr. Robinson Jocelyn, member, Community College Board of Trustees, Shelby County. And Mr. John Shishoff, Vice President of Finance and Facilities. You may be seated. It's my pleasure to introduce our college governance leaders. The president, who led the processional today, Mr. David Barth, President of our Academic Senate. Mr. Tom Fryman, President of our Staff Senate. And you've already met Chelsea Thompson, President of our Student Senate. The group Convergence will now perform another musical selection called Follow the Flag.
Can stand alone, or with somebody else, or stand with all of us together. If you can believe in something bigger than yourself, you can follow the flag forever. They say it's just a dream, it's a dreamer's dream, that it's an empty thing that really has no meaning. They say it's all a lie, it's not a lie, I'm gonna follow the flag till I die. Into every life a little rain must fall, but it's not gonna rain forever. You can rise above, you can rise above it all.
you.
Our student address tonight is being delivered by Miss Chelsea Thompson of Piqua. Chelsea, like many of our graduates tonight and alumni before them, is a first-generation college student who took what many would consider to be a non-traditional path to attending college. She is evidence of the open access approach to education that community colleges exemplify. While other institutions make their reputations based on who they keep out, community colleges make our reputation based on who we let in. Chelsea is earning her Associate of Arts in History, and upon graduation will matriculate at Illinois State University in Normal, Illinois, where she will pursue bachelor degrees in history and anthropology. Her ultimate goal is to work as a museum curator, where she will leverage her education to discover, identify, deliver, and display pieces of history to be shared with students, patrons, and scholars. While at Edison, she has lent significant leadership and energy to revitalize our student senate, serving currently as its president, and has earned membership in both Phi Theta Kappa and the National Society for Leadership and Success. We'll be very happy to present Chelsea with this plaque at the end of the evening. Will you please join me in welcoming Miss Chelsea Thompson?
Dr. Rasinski, Dr. Larson, members of the platform party, distinguished faculty, staff, fallen graduates, and our families, friends, and supporters, good evening. I am grateful for this opportunity to speak to you all this night. As students, we all have unique stories about what helped us inform our decision to attend Edison. Tonight, I am honored to share my story with you. When I was younger, my goal in life was to become a doctor, a pediatrician to be exact. I was intrigued by the way the human body worked, and I wanted to help people. This remained my goal until my sophomore year of high school. This is a point at any young person's life where they reevaluate what they want out of life. For me, I became confused when I no longer desired to become a doctor. For the next year, I weighed my future career plans and tried to find something that suited me. I went from wanting to become a social worker all the way to becoming a veterinarian. In my senior year, feeling like I had no guidance at all, I left my traditional high school for a more relaxed and self-paced online school. There, I was able to broaden my classes to include many different subjects. However, I never graduated from that online high school or any other high school. Instead, I earned my GED a few months after turning 19. This was the best option for me at the time. But I still spent a few more years confused at what I was going to do with my life. I held a few jobs here and there, but none were fulfilling enough to hold my commitment. I remember the turning point in my life. I was counting the years since I had left high school and felt discontent with the lack of direction in my life. And so in April of 2013, I went to the Edison website and filled out an admissions application. I knew if I just didn't jump into it, I could be waiting even more years until I gained the confidence to try enrolling again. Not sure what to expect, I waited. On the day that my acceptance letter came, I was overcome with a sense of purpose and knew my decision and timing were right. I wanted to continue my education, and even through non-traditional means, I planned on succeeding. After going through testing and orientation, I began classes in August of 2013. I was so excited and nervous for my first day that I hardly slept. I knew that this was the first day to the rest of my life, and a motivator to become the best me that I could. I knew that I was in the right program when I took my first history class, and I was finally intrigued and challenged in the way that I had been seeking. I have gained many friends through my time here, With all the organizations and clubs on campus, it's hard not to find somewhere where you belong. I got my opportunity to belong when the option to join Edison Student Senate arose. Now a year later, I feel like the work of Student Senate has done in this transitional year has positioned us well for continued growth in our governance role. At Edison, you not only get supreme knowledge, but you get a whirlwind of experience from every other student here, including my colleagues, student senators. Like many of you here today, I'm taking away friendships that will last a lifetime. Friendships that come from a common goal. Edison is a family, and like a family, the people here are proud of you and what you have become. Dedicated, motivated individuals who are not deterred by the high cost of exclusivity and of other institutions. Instead, we chose Edison, and likewise, Edison chose us. I stand before you now as a proud student of Edison Community College. I've enjoyed my time working in student affairs, who hired me as a student worker so that I could help pay for classes, minimize my need for student loans, and focus on my schoolwork and not stress out. I owe many other departments in this institution a great thank you for always being supportive and answering my questions I had. Mostly, I like to think that outstanding faculty who helped me find my niche in life and who cemented my decision to study history. I would like to end my story with a quote that came from the mind of A.A. Milne, who wrote the most recognizable children's series ever, Winnie the Pooh. He wrote, "Promise me you'll always remember, you're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Please remember these words as you leave today to continue your dreams, whatever they may be. Congratulations to all of you on your commencement tonight, for which you've worked so hard for, and sincere best wishes as you continue your journey into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. We wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Leslie S. Perkins, Director of the Air Force Research Laboratory Energy Office at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Dr. Perkins is responsible for energy strategy, advocating the energy, science, and technology portfolio to the United States Air Force at all levels. Prior to her current assignment, Dr. Perkins was the technical advisor for the Plans and Programs Directorate for the AFRL. While there, she facilitated the scientists and engineers of AFRL in creating game-changing power, sponsoring and promulgating breakthrough methods in software and hardware, in computational science and engineering, and exploring new frontiers in science and engineering. She has led the coordinating of research, development, tests, and evaluation efforts within the 10 Air Force research, laboratory technology, and logistics and operational communities within the Air Force, other defense organizations, federal agencies, and with international partners. Dr. Perkins began her career as a National Research Council postdoctoral fellow at the Phillips Laboratory, investigating novel rocket propellant for space application. She entered the civil service in 1997 as a physical scientist in rocket propulsion and has held scientist and program management positions throughout her career. Dr. Perkins holds a PhD in physical chemistry from Iowa State University and a BS in chemistry from the University of New Orleans. It indeed takes a rocket scientist to do what she does. She is a fine example of the possibilities in math and science careers for our graduates. Please join me in welcoming our 2015 commencement speaker, Dr. Leslie Perkins.
Thank you, Dr. Ravinsky, Dr. Ross, and Chairman Mahaffey for your kind invitation to speak at the 40th Annual Edison Community College graduation ceremony. Before I go to the formal remarks, you took my rocket scientist joke. That's really bad. How am I going to keep these people amused? Good evening, Edison Community College graduating class of 2015, family members, honored guests, members of the platform party, and distinguished faculty. Okay, let me try that again. Good evening. Good evening. Great. I'd like to have an assessment of how many people I put to sleep, so that gives me a gauge. Hey, that was a joke and somebody got it. That's great. Let me open by offering my congratulations to the members of this graduating class. I'm looking at your faces and y'all are so giddy. If I could just capture the energy that y'all have right now, I could solve the Air Force problems, no problem at all. I'm honored to speak to you this evening and to celebrate this milestone in your life. And you may be wondering why, because my introduction sounds like I'm a discarded cast member from Big Bang Theory. So I use the same statistics that Dr. Ravinsky put in her note, but I wanted to give you insight into where I come from. See, there are 427 graduates earning 509 degrees, and I don't do public math or else I'd say how many people are getting multiple degrees. That's commitment. Oh my gosh, is that commitment. I only worked 1 degree at a time, so I feel like a slacker. Thanks. 33 of you are high school students getting degrees here. Now, I went to University of New Orleans during my summer breaks in high school, taking classes, trying to feel good about myself. But I didn't earn a college degree while I was in high school. Yeah, thanks. I really feel like a slacker now. So I understand about 63% of y'all are first-generation students. I, too, was the first member of my family, my immediate family, and my extended family to go to college and to complete college. And I'm sure y'all are going to resonate with this. You walk in and you have no idea what you're walking into. And that's a little frightening. But after a while, there's this sense of pride that wells up. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this and I'm kicking butt. It's when you learn to survive and thrive in a demanding yet stimulating environment that you get to feel who you are. There are 13 veterans here, and I work for the United States Air Force, and I want to tell you, thank you for your service. I apologize, I get a little emotional because these people go out and do the things that I can't do, but I want to let you know that my work supports you and all of our deployed brothers and sisters in harm's way. So again, thank you. The other thing I noticed when looking at the statistics and actually looking out here is that this graduating class is predominantly female. The last function that I attended that had a whole bunch of females was the Columbian Club in Piqua, where I was an invited speaker to talk about space. The one before that is when I attended my high school graduating ceremony, and I won't tell you what year that was, in Greater New Orleans. Being in science and engineering means that there are never, in my opinion, enough females in the room. I'm liking this. I'm digging on this. The only positive spin about going into scientist and engineering as a female is you never have to wait in line during a break at the restroom. So I read through the background information, and I'm looking out at your faces, and I see everyone here has a desire to be better educated, a commitment to bring that desire to fruition. And guys, you made it. So for the young person who was in the bathroom at the same time I was, wondering if you were going to trip or anything, you're not. This is the easy part. Get up, walk over, you're good. The fact that you got where you are, given all of your personal situations, that is a testament, and it's also one of the secrets of success. I am very impressed with you, so thank you for letting me share this night with you. So I've been thinking a great deal about what to say to you this evening. I was just in DC this week, and everybody I met was very tired about, what would you tell a graduating class? What would you tell a graduating class? Because I went on Google, I'm on YouTube looking at everything, and I'm trying to find those words of wisdom that will make you jump up, run out, and go do wonderful things. But you already have that. You don't need that from me. You have it in each one of yourselves. Your perseverance through the trials and tribulations that you may have experienced, the gifts of failure and the pitfalls of success, and I'll get to that later, have placed you here. So given that my opportunity for making you run out of here like crazy people has passed, I wanted to take this time to share a couple of ideas. Ideas that I've adopted that I think has made my life better, and I hope you'll indulge me for the next few minutes, because remember, I kind of got a sense of who was awake when I first started. First thing, demand diversity of thoughts and experiences. So recently I was called up on the phone to give a presentation at a prestigious aviation meeting. It's the big one, it's international, it's going to be held in Dallas, woohoo! Well, the person on the phone, when I picked up the phone, asked me if I would be kind enough to patch him through to my boss, since he needed to talk to him. Yeah, that's always a joy. Because I'm a woman, he assumed that I couldn't be Dr. Perkins and a resident expert on Air Force needs for and research activities in energy, and specifically in aviation, where we reduce the amount of energy we need, we reduce the emissions, and we lower the noise. So, diversity. I'm sure most of you look at Facebook, Twitter, the whole social media. We are being bombarded with messages about diversity. Racial diversity in Baltimore, Maryland, and Ferguson, Missouri. Gender diversity in Fortune 500 corporations, and the spate of candidates that we'll have for presidential elections. Religious diversity and its imposition on others, or lack thereof. We have so many statements being thrown at us. Some are 140 characters in length, some are 160 characters. Some, and the ones that really make me wonder what happened to education at places other than at Edison, are very verbose and extremely illiterate. They're basically rants. We are bombarded. Many times these statements are just meant to get attention, sort of like a 3-year-old with a temper tantrum. It happens. But when you make an incendiary comment and your only purpose is to draw a line in, forgive the term, electric sand, what are you doing? You're just showing the world what you do and don't know. Now, what I really love is when their counterparts come in and throw in something equally inflammatory, and then it turns into this festival of who can be meaner to whom. I have some ideas on that, but I won't belabor it here. Thing is, guys, tensions regarding diversity, they're not new. This country was not founded with diversity as the really big credo against all other credos in the world, but it's been strengthened by it. If you look at your history, which I'll say you'll probably remember this, we've had influxes of folks from Germany, from Ireland, from Great Britain, from Holland, from Africa, from China, from Italy, name a country, new or old, we've got people here who have been here or who are coming here. Granted, some of them came in here of free will and some of them didn't. And the same sort of rhetoric happens every time. But here's the difference. People are only willing to scream, "I don't like this," instead of going, "Let's talk about it." So in my experience, having varied thoughts, disparate backgrounds, makes things so much better. In fact, I was sitting up here going, wow, one of the meetings I held could be the beginning of a bad joke. You know, Southern female, first-generation Ukrainian-American male, and a first-generation Japanese-American female walk into, not a bar, but a conference room to try to figure out what does the Department of Defense do with high-performance computing. These people, we had very different outlooks on life. We actually had very different things that we wanted to get done. But you know what? The product that we delivered was better than anything that any one of us could do by ourselves. So how did that happen? Lots of coffee and chocolate, definitely. But let me tell you how it happens. So before I do that, let me make sure of something. In a few moments, you'll all have diplomas in hand, right? Okay, good. Because I'd really hate to be the person that gets run out of here. These diplomas tell me that you know how to read, you know how to write, you know how to think, and you can draw conclusions based on facts, no matter what your degree or degrees are in. So here's an idea for you to consider. Think about what you read and have a conversation about it. Now, I'm older than many of you, so a conversation means sitting down, person to person. Maybe not an electronic insight. I know, don't panic, it can happen, you won't die, really and truly. And talk with someone about the diversity issue that matters to you. Now, my little story at the beginning, that should tell you that gender diversity is the issue that I come up against all the time, and that's the one that I'll usually have conversations about, but I go everywhere because I'm engaged and I want to figure out what people are doing, and I want to make this world a better place. So when you engage with someone on the diversity issue of choice, you look them in the eye, you let them look you in the eye. Start with that person for whom and with whom you have a deeply respectful relationship. One that if you disagree, it won't blow up. Unless, of course, you want something to blow up, and then that's your problem. Something that you know you have mutual acceptance. Because here's the thing, kiddies, and everybody else. Conversations do not mean consensus. They don't mean everybody agrees. It means that people sit down and go, this is what I think, what do you think? And it's okay not to agree. But it's not okay not to listen, and that's what I want you to do. You hear a lot of the time that conversations are hard. Faculty, yes or no? Yes, yes. Teaching's hard. Having any kind of personal reaction is hard. The conversation may be awkward. It's likely to span days, if not months, depending upon the level of conversation. And it requires you and your thought partner to know facts, and oh yeah, check the bias on those facts. Everybody has a bias. Anybody who says they don't have a bias, I'd like to meet you after, because I want to make sure that you have, appropriate mental health. And question why you hold the beliefs that you do. The sad joke about the Ukrainian American male, the Japanese American female, and me as a Southern female, walking in, God bless you, walking in and having to have mutual respect, because we thrashed it out. There was one point where the Japanese American female ran out. She was so angry. Bringing it back, having that conversation. Again, it makes a difference. Here's the other little secret. Stephen King, Firestarter. The brain is a muscle that can move the world. If you don't like the situation we're in, you know how it changes? Changes with you and me and everyone here. You have to think, you have to talk, and you have to do actions. And it all relates, for me, back to diversity, because not everybody's going to agree. You have to accept that. Now, I remember someone going, well, somebody has to accept me for who I am. You're absolutely right. Are you accepting them for who they are? If you're not, check the mirror. You might need to have a diversity discussion with yourself. And how willing are you to learn and grow? Oh, and that naive gentleman who called up looking for Mr. Dr. Perkins, I explained that he found her. I think that was the longest 30 seconds in his life. Hey, and it doesn't have to be me. Hey, I'm a female. And in fact, he goes, you're female. Really? Wow, thank you for finally telling me what's going on with me. Yeah. Second item I want to talk to you about is embrace who you are, but be willing to improve. You were born from genetic material from two people, but you are your own person. You make the choices about who you are. That is your responsibility. That is your freedom to be able to do this in this great country. Don't think that everyone has it, because they don't. But here's the thing, you'll not always be the person that you are today. So in your mind, go back 10 years and imagine who you are. I'm not talking about haircuts, I'm not talking about style of clothes, I'm not talking about braces on your teeth. Who are you? What are your values? What are your dreams then? And compare what they are now. What's different? What's the same? My guess is if something is the same, it's something that you hold on to, and that's great. You have unique skills, you have unique viewpoints, cares and concerns that no one else has. Oscar Wilde was quoted as saying, "Be yourself. Everyone else is taken." Why would you want to be someone else? Look at you. I'm looking at you guys, and y'all are our future, and I see giddiness. Again, I want to harvest the energy, and I see potential. Grab it, own it. All of us, no matter what age or gender, will consider new ideas and will attempt new things. Goodness knows Twitter still makes me go a little bit crazy, but I understand it now. Woohoo! And it's very useful. Think in 20 years' time what you're going to have to see, what you're going to have to do. And remember, some ideas will change your outlook and your attitude. Others won't. Some attempts to do things will succeed and some will fail. Here's the thing, if you haven't failed, you haven't tried to find your potential. If you haven't failed, you haven't learned anything about where you fit in the world. You haven't learned how to deal with whatever popped in front of you. I think failure is indispensable. Y'all are successful here, but along the way, I'm sure there were tests where you're like, I could have done better on that one. That taught you to study harder or study better. So, personal anecdote. About 20 years ago, I was a successful research scientist evaluating possible new rocket fuels for space travel. Okay, that's freaking awesome. I was an expert, not only in the computer software that we were using to look at it, but in the rocket fuels themselves. There was nobody in America that knew more than I did. After about 2 years, well, that's when the pitfall of success came in. I was bored out of my gourd. I was doing the same things, having the same conversations, still making progress, but it wasn't enriching me. It wasn't creating that spark of joy. Everybody was happy for me to do it. In fact, I was the go-getter for that. Woohoo! But that wasn't me. So that was a creation of my success. Well, I had a boss who noticed that I was, behaving badly because I was so bored. I do that. I have to do something. He challenged me to find something that I would never dream of doing in my life. Okay, well, sir, I've already bungee jumped. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. No, find something in work. Okay. Well, I found a program that I took over, and it was with the Air Force, the Army, and the Navy running computational efforts. Boy, when I say I screwed up in those first few months, that is an understatement of the century. And they were my mistakes, and I knew they were my mistakes. But you know what? No one died and no one was hurt. Now, in case you think I'm being exaggerating, when you're working with rocket propellants, they have a tendency to blow up, so when anything goes wrong, that's the first question out of anybody's mouth. Who died? Who lost fingers? The world continued to spin on its axis, kept rotating around the sun. But I learned from these mistakes. And I learned from taking myself out of my pitfall of success and looking at my failures. I loved program management. I kicked butt at program management. That's not who I would have thought I was because I wanted to stay safe with my computer terminal, being all Big Bang Theory extra cast member. Didn't happen. That's what I want for you. I want you to be able to go out and try new things. I want you to enjoy learning what you are and are not capable of, the gift of failure, and no, that's never going to be the title of a book that sells well. I wish you an environment where you have people of different backgrounds, ethnicities, genders, working together toward a common goal. And Dr. Sykes, I noticed whenever you gave the meditation, you were talking about how a community college welcomes people in, and I see that. So y'all have a head start on a lot of other institutions of higher learning. Finally, what I wish for you is what I have found for myself, that all these experiences creates the best version of you, and I want the best version of you for each of you. I congratulate you, Edison Community College, graduating class of 2015. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Perkins. Encouraging young women to go into the field of technology is very close to my heart, so I think you are a rock star. Yesterday, one of our graduates told me she was so excited about graduation tonight that she had tried on her cap and gown every single night this week and twirled around in front of the mirror. I'm so excited that she's so excited because this is a phenomenal evening, and I'm so happy that we're all here. As our graduates were marching in today, I'm sure you noticed that some were wearing honor cords or sashes. These cords or sashes are outward symbols of scholarship, and I would like to ask everyone in the audience to join me in recognizing these individuals. I'll point them out to you. First, I would ask that all the honor graduates with a 3.5 or higher GPA please stand. Thank you. The gold honor cord is representative of this honor. Next, would all of the graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa please stand? Many are wearing a gold stole that denotes that they're members of Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society for Scholars at two-year colleges. At Edison, a student needs a 3.5 GPA to be inducted. William Loudermack and Becca Lindemann serve as their faculty advisors. I would also like to ask those students recognized at the Student Recognition Dinner as outstanding students in their major to please stand. Congratulations. Two of our students will be wearing medallions, Carrie Josephowski and Lucas Purdon, who were recently honored at the State House for recognition on the third team of the All-Ohio Academic Team. Would the graduates who are members of the National Society of Leadership and Success please stand and be recognized? You'll note that they are wearing black and gray cords. Sarah Hine and Kim Wall serve as their faculty advisors. And finally, we've heard that we have 13 veterans in this class. Our veterans are wearing red, white, and blue cords. Would our veterans please stand? Thank you, and thank you all in the audience for your service. Tonight is a time for our students, but there are many of us who would join with them in celebrating the success that tonight represents. The students would tell you that there are many others who have supported them through their years here at Edison, and I think it fitting that we should take a moment to recognize some of those people. So I'm going to ask the class of 2015 to stand and turn around, and when I recognize the folks who have supported you all these years. You hoot and holler for them. Stand up, turn around. First, I'd like to see how many grandparents are here today. Please stand. Then I'd like to see the parents in the crowd. Please stand so we can thank you. As Dr. Rafinsky stated earlier, our students range in age from 17 to 63. Naturally, many of them have spouses or significant others giving them support. So partners, please stand up and let our students acknowledge your support. And many of our students' families include sons and daughters. Some of them have experienced years of mom or dad sitting at the kitchen table doing homework right alongside them. For any of those daughters or sons who helped with the homework, watched mom or dad doing homework, or even at some point said, "Are you about finished?" I'd like to ask that these children of our graduates please stand. Thank you. And students, don't sit down yet. Turn around. You have another group to thank. Today would not be complete without recognition of our faculty. I'm proud to say that Edison's faculty are the front line of supporting our learning at the college. They act as guides and mentors for our students. They're experts in their field of study, and they fulfill Edison's mission as a learning institution. Would the faculty please stand and allow all of us in the audience to thank you for your support. You may be seated. Finally, it's important that I introduce one special faculty member who will be retiring this year. Professor Larry Dragosavic, I would like for you to please stand. Maybe you should move up here a little so everybody can see you. Professor Dragosavic began his tenure at Edison 27 years ago as an adjunct faculty member, and 14 years ago he began leading our accounting department as a full-time faculty member. Edison's administration, faculty and staff, and countless students have appreciated his wisdom and his support. Thank you, Professor Dragosavic.
Dr. Ross, would you please present the class of 2015?
Would all of the candidates for two-year associate degrees and certificates please rise? Everybody. Every one of you in a cap and gown. President Rafinsky, on behalf of the faculty in Edison Community College, it is my privilege to present to you these candidates for degrees and certificates. The faculty have certified that these candidates have completed all of the requirements for graduation as approved by the Board of Trustees of Edison Community College and are worthy of this distinction.
Thank you to the administration, the faculty, and the staff for your efforts in supporting the teaching learning process. Class of 2015, are your tassels on the right side of your caps? This is very important because together we're going to change them to the left side as you are presented your diplomas and certificates. You have dedicated a significant amount of time to the pursuit of your dream. Your hard work, sacrifice, and success are applauded. Congratulations. Would the graduating class please be seated? I would like to invite David Barth, President of the Academic Senate, to join me in handing out diplomas for our 2-year degree and 1-year certificate graduates.
Would the marshals please lead the candidates for the degrees and certificates forward?
Sarah Renee Bombin, High Honors. Megan Nicole Duncan, Honors. Just one. Timmy C. Garland. Brenda S. Hale, highest honors. Frederick R. Inso, Jr. Brittany Grace Q. Courtney M. Reed. Anthony Ryan Alexander, high honors. Gardenia Ayla, I did that wrong. Jennifer N. Courtney. Brooklyn Floyd. Rachel Freeman, high honors. Veronica M. French, honors. Jeffrey M. Grote, highest honors. Lisa A. Heilman, high honors. Janice M. Knapke, PTK. Trent Michael Knoop, high honors. Nicole Renea Lima, high honors. Jeffrey James Littleton, honors. Heather R. Minnick. Kyle Nicholas Razor. Tamitha M. Rosen. Lacey L. Schaefer. Aaron M. Schaefer, high honors. Joshua Robert Stewart. Charity Elizabeth Wagner, high honors. Rebecca Walter. Gerald L. Aguilar. Doug E. Clay, Jr., high honors. Zachary M. Cole, honors. Jacob Ryan Dill. John Scott Harbaugh. Jody Johnston, honors. Ranny Carr. Jason L. Evans. Jeffrey S. Hager, highest honors. Eric Bradley Mayberry. Eric J. McInnes, high honors. Pamela Ellen Mooneyhan, honors. Nicholas J. Rosen, high honors. Laura Lee Tolliver. Stephanie Joyce Ailes. Jill Burning. Jody D. Burns, honors. Melissa Cassidy. Aaron M. Daniels. Maria Christine Fosnot. Heather L. Gordon. Nikki Lynn Linneman, honors. Desiree Lopez. Heather Megan Price. Linda S. Ryan. Ashley N. Sorson. Lacey Marie Summers. Sarah Dawn Thielman. Laura Diane Wilt. Crew P. Boyd. Erica S. Brandt. Alexandra Hoocher. Evelyn Yvonne Dietz, honors. Jeffrey S. Richmond, Jr. Dana Michelle Schaller, high honors. Craig Allen Smith, Sr. Monica R. Avey, honors. Brittany Michelle Barnett. Rebecca Louise Bayshore, high honors. Jill A. Benanzer. Julie L. Hughes, highest honors. Jacqueline Lindsay Lambert, honors. Michelle Lee Miller.
Spencer Cloy Lewis. John Randall Stiltner, honors. J. Allen Brandyberry. Justin Mahan, honors. Daniel Leon Markley, highest honors. Daniel Prisnick, highest honors. Kendra S. Brunswick. Madeline Campbell. That's all right. Stacy R. Keith. Daryl Ray Poteet, Jr. Courtney Renee Thorne, highest honors. Krista M. Alcorn. Anna M. Andrews. Stormy R. Ball. Melissa A. Beasley. Tricia L. Burke, highest honors. Marshann E. Ferrier. Robin C. Fenner, honors. Leslie Ann Hatfield. Chance Lane Kasmerick, Julie M. Koenig, Abby Light, Kara D. Miller, Leah M. Ratcliffe, high honors, Elizabeth A. Rentz, Taylor W. Rigger, Laura Grace Simpson, Leanne J. Slife, Katria D. Walker, Courtney Elizabeth Braun, honors, Sarah E. Couchot, honors, Jeff David DeBross, honors, Sydney Lee Drew, Ronald H. Gallion Jr., honors, Leslie A. Goodwin, honors, Chelsea M. Hemmelgarn, Alexandra Ray Alexvina Mahan, Samuel John Pierce, Samantha M. Rader, Michelle Lynn Randall, Barry Lee Rhodes, honors, Taylor Ray Shepard, Catherine Lita Snyder, Abby L. Steeman, Janice Marie Walker, Brandy N. Walter, honors, Chloe C. Ward, honors, Mary B. Willis, honors, Leah A. Cannon, honors, Kimberly E. Griffith, high honors, Candace Lucille Ann Hammaker, honors, Claire Elizabeth Hemmelgarn, Jessica Megan Jenkins, Donald Raymond Kaiser, high honors, Kimberly E. Lawson, Sheila K. Lowe, Kara Michelle Moen, Mason C. Gilbert, Krista R. Weldy, Samantha Sue Stevens Lewis, Amber Nicole Balling, George R. Bradford, honors.
Bailey Brewer, Summer A. Cisco, Cassie Lynn Davis, Caitlin Nicole Grody, Megan Elizabeth Holmes, Aubrey Kennedy, honors, Megan Lang, Jacob Landon Edward Marvin, high honors. Branda Lynn Peebles. Alyssa Marie Roberts. Leanne Ashley Stallard. Michael Paul Stevens. Darian E. Ramon Wilkerson. Caitlin N. Yinger. Adrienne Auten. Jane Anlin Bloom, high honors. Rachel A. Ballheimer, honors. Daniel Bird. Dakota Rudy Denny. Deborah Lee Duffy. Cassie LaRae Edwards, high honors. Sarah Ann Evans, high honors. Jessica F. Gaynor, honors. Christopher Allen Green. Carlton Haydebay, honors. Elizabeth A. Hess. Aubrey Kabua. Sarah Josephine Curis. Jordan David Kramer, highest honors. Elizabeth Ann Lively, honors. Gabriana Mesher, high honors. Lauren Elizabeth Rammel, highest honors. Brooke Celine Sealanders, honors. Samantha N. Slover, honors. Clay Stephen Wilker. Jillian R. Willis. Haley Ann Wynn, high honors. Joseph John Fisher. Rebecca Gamble. Amber Nicole Luthman. Carla Lee Roberts. Amanda Schreier. Tiana Strebel. Jamie Jeanette Wazinski. Doris Grable, high honors. Helen I. Shoemaker, honors. Billy J. Stifler. Megan Colleen Collins, high honors. Catherine Miller. Megan Lee Riley, honors.
Will the Edison State Community College Class of 2015 candidates please rise? With the authority granted to Edison Community College by its Board of Trustees, and upon the fulfillment of all your degree requirements, and on the recommendation of the faculty, we confer upon these graduates the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Technical Studies, and certificates from Edison Community College with all the honors, rights, responsibilities, and privileges thereunto pertaining. Will the faculty please rise to certify your acceptance of these degrees and certificate candidates? Thank you. You may be seated, faculty. Graduations to this 2015 class. Now together, we're going to take the tassel on the right, and we're going to move it to the left. Whoop-de-doo. We thank you. We thank you so much for choosing Edison Community College for your higher education experiences and wish you the very best. The first test of our performance is the performance of our graduates. You are this college's most important product. The test will be in your chosen career or transfer institution. We have great confidence in you and your abilities. Along with other graduates throughout its 42-year history, your alma mater is Edison State Community College. We are proud to have you in those ranks. Please join me as we honor this class of 2015. We would ask everyone to please rise as the recessional leaves the gymnasium. The recessional will be led by our President Emeritus, Dr. Kenneth Yoel. Parents and friends will be able to congratulate and celebrate with their graduate in the courtyard outside of the main doors of the building. Best wishes to each and every one of you.
home.